over some text tool basics. So you have your text tool over here. Go ahead and click on it. And actually, if you right click, you're going to notice you have a variety of different ways you can approach the text tool or the type tool. So we're just going to choose the first one, which just says straight up type tool. And then the first thing you can do is just click on your page. And it gives you just the word lorem ipsum, which is a gibberish, kind of like sort of Latin expression that comes from 400 years ago. Somebody started using sort of like a piece of Latin text from a not very well-known book, but they just kind of scrambled some of the letters, so it didn't make any sense, even if you spoke Latin. I think it's actually supposed to be dolorem ipsum, sadness about, and then I don't remember, lorem ipsum, sic, Ahmed, I don't know. It's gibberish. So, and the reason is whenever somebody picks up a design and they see language on it and it makes sense, they immediately start reading all the language, even though it doesn't matter. We're trying to show them a graphic design. It doesn't matter what the words say. But if it's gibberish, their whatever it is, their brain does not click into reading mode. So it's just we use this lorem ipsum stuff just to stop people from reading it. So anyway, the other way is we can, instead of just clicking on the page, we can create a big box and it'll make a whole bunch of lorem ipsum. Yours actually will probably start out really tiny. So let me make it tiny so it'll look like yours. Probably won't look like that. It'll probably look like that. All right, that's fine. This is a big old chunk of lorem ipsum. So first of all, let's go up to our menu up here. And we're going to look at the font. So you should have something, some font will automatically populate up here. Mine's Times New Roman, but yours might be something else, depending on what version of Photoshop you have. And you can choose what font you want to work with. So for example, if you change fonts, I'm going to go back to Times New Roman. Okay, let's move over. Actually, I'm going to go to the font size right here because I have it at 13 point. Let's bring it way up so we can see it better. Zoom in a little bit as well. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now we can also go to these little options that show that this font comes with a few different subsets. It has italic, has bold italic. Now, by the way, just a little side note on fonts and bold and italic is bold is not just a thicker version of the font. If you were to thicken every line, it would not take a look at this well, let's look at the L. Actually, L might not be a great example. Yeah, let's take a look at the L for lorem. Notice that, and now pay attention to the vertical line for L, right? Now let's look at the bold version. So clearly that's just thicker, right? Now let's look at the horizontal line on the bottom of the L. And now let's go to bold. It's not a lot thicker, is it? I mean, it does look a little, maybe a pixel thicker, but not a lot. And so that just goes to show that a bold font set is a totally redesigned set of the font. It's basically a different font. Same thing with italic. Italic is not just a font, just slanted. It's redone, it's redesigned. Because if you just slanted it, it looks, I mean, it'll look italic basically, but something will be, a lot of times it'll be a little off. Letters will crash into each other and stuff like that. So if you ever come across if you ever have a font and then you try to go bold and doesn't have bold, well, that just means that whoever designed the font did not design a bold version. All right, then we have different alignment options over here. Actually, they're kind of sort of squished down into a menu or into sub menus because there's not enough space. So if you click on them, they usually will just automatically expand. Did you see I clicked on it and it just expanded out into the whole toolbar? So first of all, I'm going to select all this stuff. When it does this, it recondensed for some reason. I can never predict exactly why it does that. All right. So you can align text to the top of the box, the center, or the bottom. And that actually is a lot more obvious when you just have one line. So I'm going to get rid of so much of it. Let me just shortcut and goodness gracious.